have seen that we've already covered the 10 best mobile games of 2015.
But there have been some things going on behind the scenes of the games and franchises that you love that are quite interesting.
With that in mind, here are some of the biggest things that have happened this year in mobile. We've had Ratchet & Clank, Jak and Daxter, Ash and Pikachu, but in 2015, a new iconic gaming duo was born. In a boardroom. Yes, in March 2015, Nintendo partnered up with fellow Japanese giant DENA to develop an arsenal of mobile games based around Nintendo's iconic characters. By 2017, Nintendo plans to release 5 games designed specifically for mobile, and this year we found out that Miitomo is up first, which isn't really a game. Instead, it's a chat app that, in a nutshell, makes your Mii from the Wii console go out and socialise for you in the virtual realm. It asks a bunch of questions about you, then goes off on its merry way to tell your online contacts that you love, say, fishing. We'll admit, this wasn't really what we were expecting from the hive mind behind Zelda, but fingers crossed for something big in 2016. Now, Nintendo's not the only gaming giant to dip its sizable toes into the mobile ocean. Over at Konami HQ, what with a messy split with Hideo Kojima, the destruction of Silent Hills, and the giant question mark looming over Metal Gear Solid, it's not been the greatest year for the company's console division. Mobile games, though, it's been a whole different story. CEO Hayakawa said in an interview with Nikkei Trendy Net that it would be pursuing mobile games aggressively. Which, we're not gonna lie, sounds a little threatening. If we were mobile games, we'd be worried. Elsewhere, Square Enix lifted the lid off Lara Croft Go, Activision bought a slice of the mobile market by acquiring Candy Crush Maker King for a not too shabby $5.9 billion, and Bethesda climbed to the top of the top grossing charts with Fallout Shelter. Looks like the big console players want a slice of the mobile gaming pie. When the iPhone 6S launched in September, everyone got particularly jazz hands about Apple's new 3D Touch feature. But what's all the fuss about? It basically means that there's a new form of control added to the iPhone. If you stroke the screen softly, a hover preview of your email will appear. Prod the screen with normal force and your email will open properly. Nitrome's Matthew Anal told us that for developers, it's like having an extra button, which is huge when so far there's only been one. This could be the start of some pretty cool in-game features. Moore's Law says that technology will double in power every 2 years, so it's no surprise that virtual reality has hit the headlines again for blowing everybody's socks off. 3 years after John Carmack unveiled the duct-taped monstrosity that would one day be christened the Oculus Rift, James and I found ourselves in a darkened room at E3 flinging projectiles at Oculus's director of mobile in a virtual room that we could walk around in and interact with using the company's new half-moon controllers. Then in November, we saw the Galaxy Gear VR launch in the US for $99, which looks to be the answer to bringing mobile VR to the masses. Samsung joined forces with Oculus to develop the tech, and it is the best VR experience you're going to get at the moment until desktop virtual reality arrives next year. The Witcher 3, Metal Gear Solid 5, Rise of the Tomb Raider and Fallout 4 glued millions of gamers to their consoles in 2015. But it was not these pixel-pumped, CGI-fueled, big-budget blockbusters that Time shone its global media spotlight on. No, instead Joel McDonald's Prune quietly stepped onto the stage to the thunderous applause of Time's Mobile Game of the Year. Now, why does this accolade matter? Because it stands as proof that mobile games can be as culturally relevant, brilliantly polished, and gloriously compelling as the traditional gamer games of PC and console. 2015 saw the likes of Monument Valley, 80 Days, and Hearthstone scoop BAFTAs against games like The Last of Us, Far Cry 4, and Call of Duty. So next time someone tells you that mobile games aren't real games, you can laugh in their faces until your voice goes hoarse, an entire day-night cycles past, and your stomach is now digesting itself. It truly has been a brilliant year, and we just want to thank you guys so much for joining us for the ride.
Remember to like and subscribe if you like what you've seen, and come back and join us for all of 2016's mobile happenings.
Yes, if you can roll into the next year with your bulging stomach of Christmas turkey. We'll see you when you've shaken it off.